you put that on?
Coffee right here.
Oh, okay.
That was the most convenient place to find it.
Yeah.
I don't
You got this stuff. We're gonna do about the dinner about one.
serving a purpose right now.
Yeah. Put it in good use.
I was looking at probably put it in the refrigerator.
I was looking at these catering holders. I was thinking about getting. It's like the little burner shit that we got. It's like that. Only the platform that you put the pans on.
Yeah.
It's like an oven.
Oh, that's
But you
cool.
keep them warm. Yeah, it's just like $40. I think I'm going to snack on those.
Who got it?
Amazon.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So it's like 45 for like three burners, big pan burners. Yeah.
I thought that was some country shit.
Oh hell no! Don't do us like that now. Don't do us like that. That's crazy. They ain't no country shit. That's some crazy shit.
Sugar in the refrigerator.
Niggas put that shit. All right. So you put ketchup in the fridge?
Sometimes I do.
I'm about to say yeah. I mean you get us on that. Niggas put ketchup in the fridge.
I do that shit, man. I put that ketchup in the fridge, and then sometimes I leave that shit out.
Yeah. That nigga
just
said, I
put
thought
that
it was
shit
a
in
country shit. Nigga trying to do
Nah.
us dirty.
I shouldn't even say country, man.
That's just crazy shit. I wasn't thinking that shit.
I was reading up some history, like all the shit that happened up north.
Mhm.
Like most of that shit was started from a nigga that came from south.
Which is interesting. Except for hip hop.
Huh?
Except for hip hop.
Except for hip hop, but even the 5%ers.
Oh, was a country nigga.
That nigga came from Virginia.
A word.
Yeah, he was from Virginia, Clarence 13. My father was his gambling partner. My father got out of prison in '87. Oh, he lied. Let me shut up. My father got out of prison in '87. I showed him. I was dealing with the 5% nation at that time. I showed him a picture. He said, "Man, nigga, that's Puddin'. Nigga, I know that nigga whole family. The nickname was Puddin'."
Nigga name been Puddin' is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I know his sister name Puddin'. Is alive?
He said, "You should have one."
There you go. Yeah. Put that camera.
Did you check it? Because I checked it. It was looking pretty good where it is.
It's just.
Oh, it's tilted forward.
That shit.
Y'all been coming. You been coming.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Should be good. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shabrak Thumb. Y'all the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Thumb by Shema shout out the sisters. This is Isupk Dual North Carolina Sabbath service. Priest and officer Mahayah with me, assistant conducting his officer Yanazar. You understand? So we can get straight into it, man. So, brother, if you could blow the horn and commit to Sabbath service. Well, sign Christ. So a medium, which means a stand. Wapanyak Wadam, which means rise and face ease. We'll start off with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'a, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathanlanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawum, Wasalaknawa, Kabawath Yanawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawath Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabiayanawa, Banasaya 1, Abol, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Waha'ala, Wahathaparith, La Iwalamium, Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Prayer for the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Babakashah, Nathan Lenawa, Hakak, La Para'ah, Kau Makala, Wakau Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Ha Matazaraya, Matazarayam, Hakak, La Hakwim, Hamatium, Hakak, Al Rarakawath, Hatama'ala, Lagara Shun, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the water Aman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
Prayer for the blessing in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Allahayim. Matazaba Ya'ah. Alawapia Hana. Alawapium. Hasaranyam. Hakotazayanyam. Hakoya Yoyum. Waha Kwatian. Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. The water Aman.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yahana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
Psalm 121 in Hebrew. Aisha, Ayanya, Ahaharium, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shemarka, Hanala'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayallah, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makaurai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabawaatka, Mayata, Wa'id, Iwalam.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From which cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore. Psalm 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim. El Dami Alaka. Al Takarash. Wa Al Tashakwat. Al Kayahana. Awayabyaka. Yahama. Yawan. Ra'ash. Al Aimaka. Ya Irayamwa. Sawada. Wayata. Ya Aitazawa. El Tazapawanyaka. Amarwa. Lakawa. Wanakakidam. Magoya. Wala'a. Yazakar. Sham Yashala. Iwada. Kaya. Now Aitazawa. Laba. Yakadwa. Aliaka. Barayath. Yakawrathwa. Aholia. Adawam. Wayashamai. Alayam. Mawa'aba. Wahagarium. Gabal. Wa I'm a one. Wa I'm a lock. Palashath. I'm Yeshabia. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zerawai. Labanya Lawat. Salah. Aishalaham. Kamajin. Kasaya. Sara'ah. Kayabian. Manachal. Kwayashwan. Nashamadwa. Ba'ayan. Da'ara. Wakazaba. Wakazabak. Wakatazol. Manai. Kal Nasaya Kamwa. Ashar. Amarwa. Nayarisha. Lanawa. Ath. Na'awath. Alahayam. Alahaya. Shayatamwa. Kagogala. Kakwash. La Panyarawaha. Kaash. Tabiira. Yaira. Wakalahaba. Talahat. Harayam. Khan. Taradapma. Basairika. Wabasa. Wapathka. Tabahalam. Mala'a. Panyaham. Kwalawan. Wayabakwashwa. Shimka. Yahawa. Yabashwa. Panyaham. Aslaki. Wayabaholwa. Aija Aid. Wayakaparwa. Waya Abadwa. Waya Da'aiwa. Kaya Ata. Shimka. Yahwa. Labadka. Al Yawan. Al Kalha Arataza.
In English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo.
Thine
Thine enemies make it tumble.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
I've lifted up the head.
I've lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against.
And consulted against.
Thy hidden one.
Thy hidden one.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
Come.
And let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
In the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
Maybe no more remember.
Maybe no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against
thee.
They
are confederate against
thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarim.
And the Hagarim.
Gabal.
Gabal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur. Also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kisan.
At the brook of Kisan.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles.
Make their nobles.
Like Oreb.
Like Oreb.
And like Zeb.
And like Zeb.
Yea. All their princes.
All their princes.
As Zabah.
As Zabah.
And as Almunah.
And as Almunah.
Who said.
Let
us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The house of Yahweh in possession.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth a wood.
As the fire burneth a wood.
And as the flame.
And as the flame.
Set the mountains on fire.
Set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
They may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
In trouble forever.
In trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame
and perish.
and perish.
That men may know
That men may know
that thou,
whose
whose
name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High,
art the Most High
over all the earth.
Over all the earth. Sir.
Shout, be seated. Most shine Christ, most shine Christ. We're gonna pick right back up. You understand where we left off at? All right. You say for those you wanna tag on, read along, you just go to blueletterbible.org. All right. Go to blueletterbible.org. You can type Leviticus in the top. All right, we're in the first chapter. You know what I'm saying? The book of Leviticus, chapter 1. We pick it up at verse 13. You can press that blue button on the side that says tools, and it'll pull up the Assyrian Hebrew, what we'll be reading from, so you can read along, right? So, Yanazar, whenever you're ready, priest.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 1 and verse 13 in Hebrew. Waha Korab, Waha Karaayam, Yerak Kataza, Bamayam, Waha Korayab, Hakahan Ath, Hakol, Waha Kwatayar, Hama Zabaka, Ailah, Hawa'a, Asha, Rayak, Salakia, Nayakak, La Yahawa. Verse 14, Wa'am Man Ha'aiwap, Ailah, Korabnawa, La Yahawa, Waha Korabia, Kwa Rayab, Salakia, Man, Hathorium, Awa, Man, Banya, Haya Wana, Ath, Korabnawa. Verse 15. Waha Kwayab Kwayat Salakia Waha Haya Waha Kwara Yabwa. Okay. Hakahan Al Hamatazabak Wamalak Ath Ra'ashua Waha Kwatayar Hama Zabaka Wa Namataza Damwa Al Hwayar Hama Zabak. Verse 16. Waha Sayar Ath Mara Athwa Banatazakpa Waha Shalayaka Atha Atazol Hamazabak Kwadama Al Makwawam Hadashan. Verse 17. Wa Shasai Athwa Bakanapiawa La'a Yap Badiyal Waha Kwatayar Athwa Hakahan Hama Zabaka Al Ha'aitazayam Ashor Al Ha'ash Ailah Hawa'a Ashor Salakia Asha Rayak Nayakak La Yahawa. We go to the next chapter. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 2 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wanapash kaya tha kwarayab kwaraban manaka la Yahweh Salath Yahaya Kwarabnawa Wayatazak Aliyah Shamun Wanathan Aliyah Labana. Verse 2. Verse 2. Wahab Baya'ah al Banya Aharon Hakahanyam Wakwam Mataza Mashum Mala'ah Kwamatazawa Masalatha Wama Shamana Al Kal Laba Natha Wahak Kwatayar Hakahan Ath Aza Karatha Hama Zabaka Asha Rayath Rayak Nayakak La Yahweh. Go back to the previous chapter. Start at verse 13. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 1 and verse 13 in English. But he shall wash the inwards and the legs with water, and the priest shall bring it all and burn it upon the altar. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord. Verse 14. And if the burnt sacrifice for his offering to the Lord be of fowls, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves or of young pigeons. Verse 15. And the priest shall bring it unto the altar and bring off his head and wring off his head, Salakia, and burn it on the altar, and the blood thereof shall be wrung out at the side of the altar. Verse 16, and he shall pluck away his crop with his feathers and cast it beside the altar of the east part by the place of the ashes. Verse 17, and he shall cleave it with wings thereof, but shall not divide it asunder, and the priest shall burn it upon the altar, upon the wood that is upon the fire. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 2 and verse 1 in English. And when any will offer a meat offering unto the Lord, his offering shall be of fine flour, and he shall pour of it upon it, and put frankincense thereon. He shall pour oil upon it, Salakia, and put frankincense thereon. Verse 2, and he shall bring it to Aaron's sons, the priest, and he shall take thereout his handful of the flour thereof, and of oil thereof, and all the frankincense thereof, and the priest shall burn the memorial of it upon the altar, so being an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 2 and verse 3 in the Hebrew. Wahan nawa thorath mun hamanaka la ahron wala bunyawa kodashium ma'ashaya Yahweh. Verse 4. Wakaya the Korabun Manaka Ma'apa Hana war. The Salakia Thana war. Salath Kalawath Matazath Matazath Bala Walak Bashaman Wara Kwaya Matazawath Mashakayam Bashaman. Verse 5. Wa'am Manaka al Hama Kabath Korab Naka Salath Bala Walath Balaya Wala. I said the name. Bashaman Matazah the Haya. Verse 6. Pathwath Atha Pathayam Wayatazakwath Aliyah Shaman Manaka Hawa A. Verse 7. Wa'um Anakath Mara Kashath Korabnaka Salath Bashaman Aisha. Verse 8. Waha Ba'ath Ath Hamanaka Ashar Ya Aisha Ma'ala La Yahweh Waha Kwarayaba Al Hakahan Waha Gayasha Waha Gayasha Al Hamazabak. And verse 9. Wahariam Hakahan Man Hamanaka Ath Azakarath Waha Kwatiyar Hama Zabaka Ashar Rayak Nayakak La Yahweh. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 2 and verse 3 in English. And the remnant of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. If it is a thing most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire. Verse 4. And if thou bring an oblation of a meat offering baking in the oven, it shall be unleavened cakes of fine flour, mingled with oil, or unleavened wafers, anointed with oil. Verse 5. And if thy oblation be a meat offering baken in a pan, it shall be of fine flour, unleavened, mingled with oil. Verse 6. Thou shalt part it in pieces and pour oil thereon. It is a meat offering. Verse 7. And if thy oblation be a meat offering baken in the frying pan, it shall be made of fine flour with oil. Shalom, sis. Shalom, little brothers. Welcome. Have a seat. Relax. We got water right there. We got some coffee. If anybody fresh coffee, if you want some coffee, okay. All right. And that's all we have to offer as of right now. Okay. Later on, we're gonna have some food brought in. Okay. Oh, but y'all won't be able to be here for that. Right. So that's we're gonna have a camp council. So only the officers will be here for that. Okay. Verse. I'll read verse 7 again. And if thy oblation be a meat offering baking in the frying pan, I just want to say one thing. This is like over 3,000 years ago, and we had frying pan. You see what I'm saying? And the oppressor, he was still living up in the caves. I just thought I would just mention that just because it makes me feel good. You know, verse 8, and thou shalt bring the meat offering that is made of these things unto the Lord, and when it is presented unto the priest, he shall bring it unto the altar. So now we go start on verse 9. And the priest shall take from the meat offering a memorial thereof, and shall burn it upon the altar. It is an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. Okay, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 2, and verse 10, in the Hebrew. Waha Nawathorath Mun Hamanaka La Aharon Wala Banyawa Kodashium Ma Ashaya Yahweh. Verse 11. Kal Hamanaka Ashor Thakwaryabwa La Yahweh La Aisha Kamataza Kaya Kal Sha'ar Wakal Dabash La'a Thakwataya. Oh my goodness. The Kwatayarwa Mamanwa Ashar La Yahweh. Verse 12. Kwarabun Ra'ashiath Thakwarayabwa Athum La Yahweh Wa'al Hamazabaka La'a Ya'al 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 Larayak Nayakak. Verse 13. Wakal Kwarabun Manakataka Bamalath Tamalak Wala'a Tashabiat. No, Tashabayath Malak Barayath Alahayaka Ma'al Mana Kathaka Al Kal Korabnaka the Korayab Malak. Verse 14. Wa'am the Korayab Manakath Baka Warium La Yahweh Abayab Kwaya Ba'ash Karash Karamal the Kwarayab Ath Manakath. Shalom Manakath Bakawariaka Verse 15. Wanakath aliyah shamun washamath aliyah labana manaka hawa'a. Verse 16. Wahakwatayar hakahan ath azakaratha magarasha wama shamana al kal laba nakta ashar la Yahweh. That should have been the last one. Right? This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 2 and verse 10 in the English. And that which is left of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire. Verse 11. No meat offerings which ye shall bring unto the Lord shall be made with leaven. For ye shall burn no leaven nor any honey in any offering of the Lord made by fire. Verse 12. And as for the oblation of first fruits, ye shall offer them unto the Lord, but they shall not be burnt on the altar for a sweet savor. Verse 13. And every oblation of thy meat offering shalt thou season with salt. Neither shalt thou suffer the salt of the covenant of God to be lacking from the meat offering. With all thine offerings thou shalt offer salt. Verse 14. And if thou offer a meat offering of thy first fruits unto the Lord, thou shalt offer for the meat offering of the first fruits green ears of corn dried by the fire, even corn beaten out of full ears. Verse 15. And thou shalt put oil upon it and frankincense thereon. It is a meat offering. Verse 16. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it, part of the beaten corn thereof, and part of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 3 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wa'am zakat, Salakia, zabak, shalamyam, karabnawa, am, mun, habakwar, hawa'a, makarayab, am, zakar, am, nakwaba, thamayam, ya kwarayab nawa, lapunya Yahweh. Verse 2. Wasamak Yadwa Al Ra'ash Kwarabnawa Washakatwa Pathak Ahoid Wazarakwa Banya Aharon Hakahanyam Ath Hadam Al Hama Zabak Sabayab. Verse 3. Waha Kwarayab Mazabak Hashalamyam Ashar Slakia La Yahweh Ath Ha Halab Hama Kasa Ath, Ha Quarab Wa Ath Kal, Ha Halab, Ashar Al Haqarab. Verse 4. Wa'ath Shathia Hakoliath Wa'ath Ha Halab Ashar Alahun Ashar Al Haka Solium Wa'ath Hayatharath Al Hakabad Al Hakoliawath. Verse 5. Waha Kwatiyarwa Athwa Banya Aharun Hamazabaka Al Ha'ila Ashar Al Ha'ai Tazayam Ashar Al Ha'ash Asha Rayak Nayakak La Yahawa. Verse 6. Wa'am mun hat taza'an Karab nawa la zabak Shalomyim la Yahawa zakar awa nakwaba Thamayam ya Kwarayab nawa. And verse 7. This is the last one. Yeah. Cards. Am Kashab Hawa'a Makwayab Ath Kwarab Nawa Waha Kwarayab Athwa Lapanya Yahweh. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 3, verse 1 in the English. And his oblation be, and if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before the Lord. Verse 2. And he shall lay his hands upon the head of his offering and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and Aaron's sons, the priest, shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. Verse 3. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of peace, of the peace offering, an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards. Verse 4. And the 2 kidneys and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver and the kidneys, it shall be taken away. Verse 5. And Aaron's sons shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. Verse 6. And his offering for a sacrifice of peace offering unto the Lord be of the flock, male or female. He shall offer it without blemish. And verse 7. If he offer a lamb for his offering, then shall he offer it before the Lord. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 3 and verse 8 in Hebrew. Wasamak Ath Yadwa Al Ra'ash Kwarab Nawa Nashakat Athwa Lapanya Ahol Mawa'id Wazarakwa Banya Aharan Ath Damwa Al Hamazabak Sabayab. Verse 9. Waha Harayab Mazabak Ha Shalomyim Asha la Yahweh halabwa ha alahaya the mayama la imath ha aitaza yasaya runna wa ha halab hama kasa ath hakorab wa ath cow ha halab ashar shalakit al hakorab. Verse 10. Shalakit. Wa'ath shathia hakalayath wa'ath ha halaba or ha halab ashar ilahan ashar al haka solium wa'ath haya tharath al hakabad al hakoliath yasaya runna. Verse 11. Phone moving slow, y'all. Just bear with me. There it is. Verse 11. Waha kwatiarwa hakahan hama zabaka lakam ashar la Yahweh. Verse 12. Wa'am Isa Korabnawa Waha Kwaryabwa Lapanya Yahweh. 13. Wasamak Ath Yadwa Al Ra'ashwa Washakat Athwa Lapanya Ahol Mawa'id Wa Zarakwa Banya Aharan Ath Damwa Al Hamazabak Sabayab. Verse 14. Waha Kwarayab Bamanwa Korabnawa Asha La Yahweh Ath Ha Halab Hamakasa Ath Ha Korab Wa Ath Kal Ha Halab Ashar Al Ha Korab. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 3 verse 8 in the English. And he shall lay his hands upon the head of the offering and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron, son, shall sprinkle the blood. Yeah, I just went over one. That's all. I was supposed to stop at 7 and I went to 8. Verse 9. And he shall offer of the sacrifices of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat thereof and the whole rump. It shall he take off hard by the backbone, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards. Verse 10. And the 2 kidneys and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver with the kidneys, it shall be taken away. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire unto the Lord. And it is an offering, and if the offering be a goat, then he shall offer it before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of it and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the sons of Aaron shall sprinkle the blood thereon upon the altar around about. Verse 14. And he shall offer thereof his offering, even as an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards and all the fat that is upon the inward. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 3, verse 15 in Hebrew. Wa'ath, Shathia, Hakoliath, Wa'ath, Halab, Ashar, Ilahun, Ashar, Al, Hakasolium, Wa'ath, Haya, Thorath, Al, Hakabad, Al, Hakoliath, Yasayaranna, Yasayaranna. Verse 16. Wahakwatiaram, Hakahan, Hamazabaka, Lakam, Ashar, Larayak, Nayakak, Kal, Halab, Layahawa. Verse 17. Takwath, Iwalam, Ladarathiakam, Bakal, Mawa Shabathiakam, Kal, Halab, Wakal, Dum, La'a, Tha, Akolwa. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4, and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wa'yadabar Yahweh al-Mashah la Amor. Verse 2. Dabar al-Bunya Yasha Allah la Amor Napash Kaya Tha Kata'a Basha Gaga Makal Ma Tazawath Yahweh Ashah Ashar La'a Tha'ai Shiana Wa Aisha Ma'atath Ma'akath Salakia Ma'akath Mahana. Verse 3. Hakahan Hamashayak Yakata'a La'a Shamath Ha'am Wahakwarayab Al Hata Athwa Ashar Hata'a Par Ban Bakwar Thamayam La Yahawa Lakata'ath. Verse 4 is the last. Wahabaya'ah Ath Hapar Al Pathak Ahol Mawa'id Lapunya Yahawa Wasamaka Ath Yadwa Al Ra'ash Hapar Washakat Ath Hapar Lapunya Yahweh. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 3, and verse 15 in English. And the two kidneys and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver with the kidneys, it shall be taken away. So basically, you're just telling them when you kill the animal, take all the inward parts out and throw it away, cut all the fat off, throw it away. You know, that's all it's talking about. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire for a sweet savior. All the fat is the Lord's. Now, let me just tell y'all this to let y'all know, especially you young fellas, the Lord ain't eating none of this food. This food is being sacrificed to you for you to show gratitude to the Lord that for the things that he's given you. So if you did something wrong, you know what I'm saying, to make atonement or to make up for your wrong, you would offer one of your best animals. And the priest would more than likely eat it. You know what I'm saying? But that was the law. You understand? Now, Christ was a sacrifice. Christ gave his life for all of us, so we don't do this like this anymore. Shalom, Adawan. Verse 17. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood. This is the book of Leviticus, Salakia, chapter 4 and verse 1 in English. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel. Because that's what the whole Bible is about. The whole Bible is for us, nobody else. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them, verse 3, the priest that is anointed do sin according to sin of the people, then let him bring for his sin, which he hath sinned, a young bullock without blemish unto the Lord for a sin offering. Verse 4. And he shall bring the bullock unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord, Shalakia, and shall lay his hand upon the bullock's head and kill the bullock before the Lord. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 5 in the Hebrew. Walakwak, hakahan, hamashayath, nope, hamashayak, madam, hapar, wahabaya'ah, athawa, al, ahol, mawa'id. Verse 6. It's loading, bear with me. Watabal hakahan ath a tazabaiwa badam wahaza man hadam shabai pa'aimayam la panya yahawa ath panya paraka hakodash. Verse 7. Wanathan hakahan man hadam al korabnawa, no, korabnawath mazabak quatarath hasamyam la panya yahawa ashar ba'ahol mawa'id wa'ath kal dum hapar yashapat, no, yashapaka al yasawad mawabak ha'ila ashar pathak ahol mawa'id. Verse 8. Wa'ath kal kalab par ha hata'ath yarayam mamanwa ath ha halab hamakasa al hakorab wa'ath kal ha halab ashar al hakorab. Verse 9. Wa'ath shathia hakoliath wa'ath ha halab ashar aliyahan ashar al hakasolium wa'ath hayatorath al hagabad hakabad al ha koliawath ya sayarath shayarunna. We went up to 3, up to 4 in the last. We did 3 in the last set and 4 in this set. Okay, cut on my cut. So I'm going to start back at 3. Cut on my cut. So this is the book of Leviticus chapter 4 and verse 3 in the English. If the priest that is anointed do sin according to the sin of the people, then let him bring for his sin, which he hath sinned, a young bullock without blemish unto the Lord for a sin offering. Verse 4, and he shall bring the bullock unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation of the Lord, and he shall lay his hand upon the bullock's head and kill the bullock before the Lord. And the priest that is anointed shall take of the bullock's blood and bring it to the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 6, and the priest shall dip his fingers in the blood and sprinkle of the blood 7 times before the Lord, before the veil of the sanctuary. Verse 7, and the priest shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar of sweet incense before the Lord, which is in the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall pour all the blood of the bullock at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 8, and he shall take off from it all the fat of the bullock for the sin offering, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards. Verse 9, and 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver with the kidneys, it shall be taken away.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the last set of 7, right? All right, so next week we're gonna pick up Leviticus chapter 4 and verse 10, right? You know what I'm saying? Leviticus chapter 4 and verse 10, where we'll pick up next week. Keep diving into this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Keep diving into this history, bring out this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? But that we're just gonna clip it up here. You know what I mean? So just up here, a medium,